older lineups.
Mirana's not too bad against Lifestealer. You have the mobility factor, so like open wounds, you're not going to be able to just stick to it. They'll have to wait until Blink Dagger comes out on the Lion or whatever other initiation hero they pick to be able to focus it down.
Yep.
But it is a blast from the past for sure.
We have seen DJ Ra play Mirana safe lane with a Wind Ranger for mid for Dendi combined often. We have seen Dendi play Mirana with DJ Ra playing, I believe, Lycan.
Yep.
Yeah, Lycan and Ursa actually are both very solid picks right now, I think, for them.
I kind of like the Quap pick. Not banned, I can't actually see the bans.
No, it's not banned.
You mean for VP?
Yeah, for VP.
Yeah.
You gotta invest with the Lifestealer.
And also, kind of if Bounty Hunter roams your mid lane, you can easily blink away and be safe.
No, I mean, it's a good hero for sure.
Yeah. Good counter push against Chen.
Yeah. The only thing that I wasn't sure of was the Nyx, but yeah, the Queen is alright. And they already took away the puck, so they're definitely looking for that like mid-tempo controlling type of hero anyway.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm looking for the setup hero now. I mean, some of the most devastating games that NaVi had earlier in Dream League, they had a nice setup hero like Shadow Demon, a little bit of Bane, a little bit of...
Dragonite can be setup hero.
Yeah, he sets up something.
You can't be picking a support anymore because you already got about hand to Chen.
Oh, this,
so it has to
this
be
might
done
be
with core.
Tinker. For VP.
For VP?
Yeah, I know they like picking high magical burst damage against.
They'll have to babysit the lane really hard though.
Like high armor heroes like Dragonite.
No, I mean, I think that Tinker is definitely doable here because
5 seconds
you can
remaining.
pretty much infinitely push out the lanes, and the catch that they have is okay.
Yeah.
Maybe not super ideal against Tinker.
Late
but
game, it's amazing with line though.
yeah.
You know, I have nothing to win from this, but there's zero chance that they're gonna pick Tinker right here, buddy. It's just not gonna happen.
Well, why not?
Well, as you will soon find out, he's just not a good pick. I mean, you got the Dragonite up against him in the mid, all that dragon blood keeping him alive from the robots.
Yeah, but DK actually loses that lane quite hard still.
Well, you'll see. There's zero chance they're gonna pick Tinker here. I know it's a stupidly risky thing to do right now.
Even if they don't pick it, the chance is never gonna be 0.
There is a 0%. If Tinker is picked, I'm out of here, dude. Oh my god, thank you. Woo! No,
There's still a chance.
This is another really good pick though from VP. So the obvious implication of Surge, Iron Shell, Darkseer, or even Earth Spirit during the early game, if you want to do like the dual off lane, yeah, they're both really good partners for it. It lends the mech carrier which they need against a Chen. It's very good against Bounty because you can't really do anything to him in lane. Although I would say that Mirana is pretty self-sufficient in that regard, so the safe lane of NaVi probably still feeling okay.
The lane winner as well, especially against the Bounty.
Yeah, it can be. It depends on how much emphasis they want to put on it. I think NaVi are probably just going to ignore the DS unless they get really good creeps in the first couple of minutes. Because you kind of need like a troll or something to kill the Darkseer, unless he makes some really crazy dive.
Troll. Thank God we're not seeing any more of that. No Quap, hey, good call there, Shane.
That was a really good pick, for sure.
All right, last ban. Who could really mess up VP's lineup right now?
Well, Batrider is still in the pool.
Well, they need an off lane. So they're definitely going to be getting rid of an off lane hero.
I mean, Batrider is the best one.
Yeah, Bat is really good.
You just lasso the Batrider or lasso the DK,
and that's a general hero too.
They remove it.
Yeah.
Good call.
Turn to pick.
All right, VP going with the pick. We need something that's going to deal with Dragonite's tankiness, but something that's going to... What's up?
I'm waving goodbye to you.
No, don't be...
right
No.
I would actually be kind of surprised. I mean, it's not bad, but I don't know if they...
Please, my career can't take this hit.
No, you said only in the 4th. You're already off the hook, right?
Well, no, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. He said if they pick it right now.
Don't give him away out.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
Give me a way out.
You literally are fired if they pick Tinker right now.
Oh my god.
Wow.
All right, what are you thinking, Chief?
I think that's probably going to be a good pick.
Thank God.
I was actually not going to say that, but it is a very good G hero. I mean...
So it's a different direction than the Tinker because the Death Prophet actually directly pressures towers, whereas Tinker is not really an objective hitting hero. He just kind of idly pushes out the waves, defends for a really long time. Maybe VP aren't necessarily super comfortable going into the ultra late against the Mirana plus DK. And with the Mirana?
Yep.
Yeah,
it's General Mirana.
Has to be
Huskar Ditchera.
So they threw us for a little bit of a loop. We hadn't seen NaVi play in a while. We just kind of assumed that this was going to be the standard safe lane Ditchera thing, but with no Enchantress in the game, no reason to go for like the safe lane Mirana build. They're going to go for the Huskar, which does very well in lane against Darkseer. And I think it actually does fairly well against most of their heroes, barring the Lifestealer. That's the only one.
We have the boxes. I want to say Huskar.
This
Go on,
one's a bit
Husker.
tough for me. I'm
I
actually
say
gonna
Navi.
say. I'm actually gonna say VP.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Andy as well. I don't really like Husker into Lifestealer and Death Prophet.
Death Prophet actually completely destroys
Yeah.
Husker.
Thanks a lot. Thanks
We
a lot.
have seen Death
Hmm?
Prophet.
Oh,
Oh, but wait,
Secret
Spirit
One
Siphon's
against.
magical now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like
Mm.
not
The
as
ghost-
bad.
ghost
Yeah,
still
the ghost
pretty
still
good.
murder. I'm still going VP.
Let's stop ruining the time-space continuum. You were supposed to go V.
It's recorded.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna have to go with Navi as well. I mean, you asked me earlier, what crazy things are they gonna bring to the
Yeah.
table? They're bringing the Huskar. They know what they're doing. Come on, Navi. Be the team I want you to be.
Well, we're going to find out if they are the team that Slacks wants them to be. It is going to be game 1 of the second series of the day. So we're going to have NaVi versus Virtus.pro. And we got a fresh casting duo on the desk. It is time for Colo Guy and Wagamama.
Thank you, Sheever. Welcome over to the casting panel. I'm Kyle Guy. This is Wagamama, and we are ready to break down a CIS Rumble.
I'm so happy to be here for this series. VP and Navi together. I mean, we've seen some great matchups between these two before.
30
So
seconds.
let's just hop right into it.
I want bloodshed. I want destruction. Now, the
Yes.
panel was split, Waga, for both teams right here. You made a wonderful call, by the way, just between me and you, for Navi, that this could potentially be an offlane Mirana. They pulled out the Huskar. You were right. So now that we see the drafts from both sides, what is your take on it?
I actually think that VP has a much easier lineup to play out, but Navi have potential to make it work. I mean, you have Huskar and Bounty Hunter together.
Yeah.
That could result in you chasing down a lot of people. It comes down a lot to how successful you're going to be with the Huskar. And there's not too many good disables on VP. They have the Lion, yes, but other than that, it's really only the Earth Spirit who can stun you for a short while. So
Yeah.
armlet toggling is a possibility here.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. For Navi, it does feel like that they have that potential to snowball and build up a huge amount of momentum between the Bounty Hunter, and then obviously that means the Huskar can have a huge amount of gains with the early successful Roam and Track Gold. Or Sonika, we already see going to work. A roll through comes out from the Earth Spirit now as No Fear tries to pressure a bit, but this is a lane, obviously, that's going to have a lot of high tension. Bounty Hunter and Earth Spirit fill that same void where they want to find openings, especially towards the mid lane, and try to get their team an advantage in the lane.
Yes, both teams should be focusing a bit on this because momentum is a very important thing. And at least for Dragon Knight here, this used to be a very hard thing to be put under pressure as Dragon Knight, but he is a little bit stronger now than he used to be. The level 1 Dragon Blood just to sustain more. I mean, even the level 1 tower giving him that 1 armor aura as well.
Yeah.
So he has the survivability.
That was the thing, like, even myself as an Earth Spirit player, I am ashamed. That I'm not ashamed, but
Yes.
people would be ashamed.
Confess.
You know, it makes it a lot harder to make those mid lane dives with that armor to kind of benefit the mid laner quite a bit. And
It definitely
looks
plays
like,
in. I mean, 1 armor is much bigger difference than, you know, when we talk about hero balance patches and stuff, like +1 damage or whatever, +1 armor makes quite a big impact early on.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Here comes Artstyle. He gets the net down. They look to make their move, but G has already made his own move up north and away. It'll just be some extra harassment to force him to chew through some regen, but he doesn't have any left.
He
He's gotta
doesn't
wait
have
for this,
much. He's
yeah.
waiting for the salve to come in with the courier, but that's far away, so he has to play defensive for this entire creep wave that's coming in, and that just gives Dendy free farm.
Because
Oh,
look
wow.
who else is looking for that salve to
Oh,
come in,
no.
Waga.
He knows.
Good heads up play. No Fear will play the role of the courier and walk it himself. That's a smart call to make.
Yeah, you definitely got to be careful against bounty hunters, and this is one of the biggest things for a bounty hunter. If he gets the curse snipe, that means his earn game was successful. So don't give that nice arrow attempt. But FNG got the jukes.
Now, we didn't get to mention it much, but obviously, General going to be playing on the safe lane side for this Mirana. Huskar going to the off lane here, so more kind of a flip of the script here from Navi.
Yeah.
Was that more
They
them responding to
predicted-
VP?
I think they predicted that VP were gonna do Darkseer top. Like, it's just a heads up play. Because obviously, you don't want to have your Darkseer against the Huskar at all. It's
And
not
now,
a fun matchup.
No, not at all. Those ridiculous spears, just deceptively strong right there. But Yoku will be holding his own, and this Darkseer in the 1-on-1 matchup is going to be very happy. He holds great CS right now, 10-0. He's getting good levels, 4 at 4 minutes in. So he's not too faulty for a Darkseer who does require a bit of a build-up before he can participate in the rest of the game. But okay, roll away to dodge
No
the trouble
fear.
from the Chen.
Great play by NoFair as well. He's just sitting around mid.
Yeah.
He's not looking for a kill there. He's just blocking the Chen rotation, so forcing art style to struggle a little bit more here. Hasn't really gotten anything out of his rotation so far. Well, he could have spent more time farming maybe, but at least he keeps the ES out of play.
Bounty Hunter obviously will deny himself to the neutral creep to get the safe trip back to the fountain, but is this more devastating for Navi not being able to get these first swings in?
I think they're fine. Looking at the CS, I mean, there's 9 creep kills for the Death Prophet against the 16 on Dragon Knight. So mid lane is definitely 1 right now, and CS all over looks pretty good for them. They're also playing against 2 supports that don't farm. Lion doesn't farm, and ES, well, he's
Not
just sitting
a
mid.
farmer.
Exactly.
Yeah, if he's not getting kills, he's not getting farm, and eventually you're going to have to give him uplays to at least soak up some solo XP.
Yeah.
Because once you don't get that first peak of those early rolling boulders and boulder smashes, you're going to have to fall back on Magnetize to be like your next big peak of a player.
Exactly, and as we see on the CS chart, I mean, that reflects in the experience already. We're just 4 minutes in, and already they were up by 1,000 experience on the side of Navi. So that's pretty considerable, just to take note of what Chen does.
So it's a good start for him. And then they're going to obviously want to look to, what would you say, come together at some point with Chen to be able to break through some of these towers, because do you risk going late game against VP?
The timing, yeah, the timing to put on the heat is when you have the armlets on Huskar.
Another deny coming out from No Fear, trying to stop the Chen, but he's already moving forward. They're looking to get G up, and they will grab him. Art style gets the first blood.
And we can hear the Navi spirit all the way over here. We're actually sitting and casting, and I can hear them.
Yep.
The players, they're getting loud.
They will strike first. No Fear tried his best to be the bouncer for the lane, but Chen didn't mind him at all. The early level of Boulder Smash doesn't have a long stun duration, and it's not going to stop everyone from making their way. Bottom lane, though, they've made their move for General here. Open wounds, and even the ultimate coming out to avoid this one.
Yeah, it's very hard to bring down this Mirana. Even when you catch her with leap on cooldown like that, still has that ulti as well. And FNG, he's just leeching a lot of experience here. It's hard to get kills in the Mirana. Mirana is 24 CS. I'm so impressed by what General has done down here.
What do you think he should be doing for the item buildup? A lot of craze around this Agnum Scepter. It is pretty damn good. If you manage to get that one isolated target, speaking of getting isolated targets,
Dendy.
mid lane, they made their move for Dendy, and it's going to be Virtus.pro now.
Yeah.
Who were able to get a kill on the board.
This mid lane, so much attention towards it. Bounty Hunter sneaking around as well, but he has been spotted by the Observer Ward where he went in this. But yeah, I think the Axe rush, just save up gold for a point booster and rush into Aghanims. I see some people go for like Midas into Aghanims. That's just really sad to watch, because you speed up your farm so much when you complete the Aghanims compared to, you know, buying Midas, spending money on that. Oh, Snako, not gonna be able to deny the rune here as G gets to reach him.
So much of a posse from both teams just hanging around this mid lane.
Really. But a big thing is that Bounty Hunter hasn't really found that much so far. He was part of 1 kill, and he's been leeching some experience. They want to get that to level 6. If they get track online, that's when Navi can really start, you know, taking these fights and running the enemy down. So I think that's a big mark too.
Obviously, being able to bring in that extra map intel and certainly an economy boost would be very, very nice to have. Do you think they have the lineup that once the track comes online, they should be able to go and bring in some quick kills with it?
I think so, for sure. Like, their entire lineup just speaks aggression. Chen putting pressure early, the Dragon Knight to take towers, the Mirana to initiate with the Moonlight Shadow. I mean, there's a lot of annoying things for VP. And the VP always need to have detection in these fights. It's really important. They do have dust on No Fear. Oh, nice scan. Scan being used aggressively here.
We'll detect the rotation now from Virtus.pro.
Then he knows what's up on the mid lane. Shouldn't be going too aggressive, but Chen is here.
And look at that. Now they'll just go for a full commitment, committing the Dragon Form now and trying to get some damage on this tier 1. Virtus.pro.
So Nico scouted.
Have an answer here. Looks like they spotted out the Bounty Hunter, and No Fear not going to be able to roll away. Good quick block will stop him from making it out. Now he's in trouble. And he's dead.
The screams.
They are really amped up. Any kill,
These two teams.
they want to make sure the other team hears them. I mean, they're playing side by side, so.
Yeah, they have noise cancelling headsets, but the Russian roars are very loud. The Ukrainian players, of course, as well.
Tower goes down, and an armlet now acquired for your Huskar. Things beginning to feel pretty nice for NaVi.
Oh,
Moonlight Shadow. That will be spotted, obviously. But,
yeah, I'm not sure why he would Moonlight there, but I like the casual raindrops pickup here on Bounty Hunter. That's a very nice value item. He has great armor. He has pretty high HP. So this adds a lot of survivability as well, being able to tank the magic damage. And it gives him mana regen, which he needs. I mean,
I'm sure Bounty
1.9.
also thankful with those new additions of the tome. Probably going to be the
Of
target for
course.
that, so you got to get that level 6 even faster.
He will most definitely be the one on the side of Navi to get it.
Ice Frog's been very generous with that. Now, what about for Virtus.pro? What can they have as an answer to this Huskar? It's obvious he's going to get to that Huskar state. With such an early pick of the armlet, they have to have a way to kind of deal with it.
Well, I worry a bit because looking at it, I think they have to surge the Lion in sometimes in these fights because look at it. Lion has no farm at all. He's not going to have a Blink Dagger in time for some of these early fights, and you need to disable the Huskar and bring him down. So if you get level 6 on Lion, and he can just lead in, use all his skills basically, and then follow up with the roll, and you know, maybe you can roll in the Lifestealer, that's how they can bring him down. Because he's not immortal early game anymore. He only has 1 point in the Berserk's blood as well, which is kind of interesting to note here. Oh, did he just kill Yoki? He did. Wow. Yoki just trying to go up aggressive and steal some farm, but he got hit by 3 spears instead.
That's Husker for you. And now they'll turn their attention with the assistance from Chem and these crazy Harpies and Tomato. They're going to try to add some work onto this tier 1. While we got some company here mid lane. Dendy, Soniko, they're eyeballing G here, looking for a go. And they're going to be in a roll through a Flying Dragon, and G's like, yeah, I'm not going to have any of this business.
Yeah, and he's thinking immediately when he sees the enemy disengage, he's like, can I turn on them?
Bottom lane, they made the move for General at that same moment now. He's going to go for the lead. Starstorm comes out, going for the TP.
Oh,
He's out of there.
1 second cooldown on that Impale. Good TP out by Mirana. Mid tower, though, did take a little bit of damage, and DK still with the DD rune here.
They're just
punished.
Navi really dictating the pace of this one.
They are.
Trying to restrict the farm already from Virtus.pro, just really taking him out of a comfort zone.
Yeah, and look at the Mirana. She didn't even upgrade boots, by the way, before she started building in towards her Aghanims upgrade.
She's got leap. She doesn't need extra boots.
The only thing you need, and I think that's the right approach. Just go straight into Aghanims, maybe upgrade boots afterwards, and then a Blink Dagger. That is pretty much the build you want to see. Blink Dagger just so you can leap in, or blink in, and then have leap. Yep. Yeah. Don't do the wrong thing.
That's sadly how I like to play her in even overthrow. You know, you blink in, you drop the Starstorm on one target, and then you get the hell out of there, and they're pretty much dead by that point. So it's a great hit and run tactic, and you know, something we might see employed in this go around. Now the best thing going for Virtus.pro though is the Lifestealer, highest in net worth, I think highest in CS as well. What can they make with this? I mean,
well,
you already talked about the vehicle they already have available, but how soon before he needs to get his hands dirty?
It can be really hard though to sometimes set the pace all mid.
It is as they roll on.
Dendy.
Stun on for Dendy. He is surrounded here, but Daya, the heal. He's thinking about the jump in. Will decide to go for the back target. Quickly takes out FNG. The wall's gonna get on now. And this is Dagger right on top of the Messi Exorcism doing a lot of work as well. G looking to retreat. Now goes the Magnetize as it looks like No Fear hit his level 6. General's gonna have to back out, but he can't. He's gonna drop the stones here. He might have another. He will. At the silence, that Magnetize could tick General all the way down. It's going to be very close. It looks like he's going to be fine. That Value Ogre Club will keep him alive.
though is just putting it hurt on the Chen, and he has Iron Tail as well. These summons are just dying.
Triple kill for the Darkseer.
VP just turned the switch and just got all the kills here.
Will be a response, General.
Nice arrow.
Down.
He actually kills him with the arrow.
Very nice. And as they look for the Lifestealer here, he's going to rage off the net. Denny, though, in hot pursuit here, hoping to get close enough for the stun. And my God, that range is deceptive. And he's
taking over.
Send it back.
Sadly, Chen is not alive to do this.
And suddenly, Virtus.pro say we're not out of this one.
I think Navi kind of handed it to Virtus.pro though. That Huskar just went in really aggressive. He only has 1 point in Berserk's blood, and he ran up to what? Tons of things. The Spirit Siphon, the Darkseer Iron Shell. Like there was too many things for him to tank.
Another long stun, but this one might be a bit deep. Rotations are coming in, and they're going to have to back out. Now they're looking to go for Sumiko. Good kick, good pull. Sumiko very low here, but they don't want to be diving past the scary Huskar at the moment, so they'll let that one go. But they have a Dragon Form that they're going to want to try to make some use with.
Yeah, they do need to keep taking towers, and once they get the armlet on Dragonite as well, they're going to be in a pretty powerful position. But VP are so confident now.
Oh, what an arrow. Coming in. They're going to cancel out that nice little TP. There's going to be a Starstorm, and FNG is not going to have a say in the matter.
And that's
nice
a
catch.
lot of gold towards the Aghanims as well, getting closer and closer. And once you get it on Mirana, it just speeds up so much your farm.
She almost becomes like just a different hero. It's just so much capability being able to split out the waves, farm up intensively.
Yeah.
It's really something else.
And just the passive effect in the team fights, being able to stand in the center of a fight and mess with the enemy so much. She has to be careful about the multiple silences.
That's true.
And the Hex though, because you gotta be able to get out as well.
So Nico here, getting close to his level 6. He's got it now.
Yeah,
Time to bring in the money.
Yeah, he has to start delivering for his team now, and he's predicting correctly. Bottom lane is where they should be going, but however, he's standing under a ward, so they know exactly where Bounty Hunter is. And DP are gonna bring everyone, I believe, is their response here.
And as they head bottom lane, smoked up, infested. They got the roll bomb, if you will.
They do.
And Didier might be hiding behind this tower, but Virtus.pro might. Oh, they're gonna rabbit.
They're gonna run
they're
into Jan, maybe?
scavenging through. Arcel easily spotted here. There's the kick. The roll will be there. Pops out a little early, but it doesn't matter. They're gonna be in anyways. And Arcel pops his mech, tries to make it through. Magnetize will come out, and here comes the rest of NaVi, and the Magnetize will begin to spread. They'll readjust positioning, re-engage in. The stun is out. The wall is trying to stop from making their way through. This is brilliant point fighting though for Virtus.pro. If they can fight their way back, and they certainly will. Double kill for G. A bad position for NaVi to kind of fight in.
So hard against the Darkseer there.
Yeah.
He just controls that choke point. They wanted to go because they got an arrow onto DP, and it's, you know, they want to be able to use that. Oh, so Neko going for solo kill.
Bang, track gold for him at 2.
Yep.
And now they see Yoku.
Thinking about throwing a Starfall, but not enough mana. Won't really do much.
So another good move for Virtus.pro now.
Well, it's a good move for Virtus.pro, but at the same time, NaVi are just they want to keep taking these fights because they have the Bounty Hunter and they want to play around it. Now they have level 7 as well. The Shuriken is going to be extremely strong. The only thing I worry about for NaVi, that level 1 on Berserker's Blood is not good if you want to fight early game. Sure, Inner Vitality is a great heal, but yeah. Can't really rely heavily on the Inner Vitality. We saw Huskar himself get brought down when he had a heal. We saw DK die when he had a heal on him as well. You know, it's not going to be enough on his own. It does have good synergy with Armlet though.
Get a nice arrow, but they're not going to try to let her get away.
What a nice silence. Can't even leap that.
Pops in, double silence will be there if they need it, and with the stun lockdown, General ain't going nowhere.
That was perfect by G. He yules him and silences him before he can leap out. That's very hard to achieve. Because leap is almost instant. Yep.
Good setup, good timing there. Will now put Virtus.pro ahead as far as kill count goes, while NaVi know they need to keep the pressure on. Strong push down this mid lane from both Ditira and Dendi as they want to try to start approaching these tier 2s. Look who's coming in from behind. So Nico looking for the weak target in FNG. FNG pops the dust. Yoku looks to help him out. And G's now shown up. Doesn't matter though. FNG gets his revenge, fingers him down, and it's another kill for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, and I like how FNG is realistic. He gets that kill and he's like, hey, I'm gonna upgrade Magic Wand, buy some more TPs and stuff. Like, I'm not gonna get a Blink Dagger early this game. No saving money for him.
Oh man, a hunt for Ditya here will force out a Moonlight Shadow now.
Oh, they know he's there.
King right on top of him. And now they're gonna call him out. Ditya makes the jump. He's trying to make it away here. Dendi will try his best to step in, but it's too late. Ditya will go down, and now for more Virtus.pro on the hunt. Dendi on retreat mode here.
Being sent home.
Not hearing as much yelling from NaVi at this point as they lose 1 by 1 here. Double kill for Aloha Dance.
Yeah, and the creeps as well. It's so painful for Chen to have his creeps die like this. So hard to play it as well against a Lifestealer. They picked it immediately when Chen came out. They're like, okay, we'll pick Lifestealer in the first phase here because, you know, it's just great against you. Interesting build, by the way, on Lifestealer, just going for the Echo Saber early.
Oh yeah, we don't
He's building it like we saw Sven build earlier today. Armlet into Echo Saber.
Where do you think he should go from here? He's got about 1,800 gold.
You could go Blink
at this point.
I think you can go Blink Dagger here because you don't have a natural taxi for the Lifesteer here. Sure, the Earth Spirit, but it's not as great as a queen or something like that that can really position you.
Bottom tower is under
And I think
attack.
it's understandable to go for, because then he can really jump in and pick his target. And there are some heroes that can't get away. The Chen can't get away, and if Lifesteal latches onto DK or even Huskar, life becomes hard.
And now as we see a hopeful recovery here from NaVi as Soniko goes on the move, it becomes that point into the game for a bounty hunter where you're trying to really find a home for yourself. Because you're going to have people like General moving around finding the farm. You got to get Dendi, you got to get Huskar, a place to kind of work with. Chen's obviously going to be continuously roaming for the jungle, building up his army a bit.
Such an interesting position this game as well. Okay, he's going to go for a Sanch Yasha build. Possibly the Halberd against Huskar is pretty good, but most likely the Sanch Yasha build. And it's such an interesting position. We have the CS, or the farm lead is in the favor of VP, but then we see all 5 heroes as well in between.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's the cores and then the supports are way down there at the bottom. I mean, we already mentioned how both of them are having a tough time farming here, but there goes one of those cute little supports. It's FNG with Help the Surge. Nice Hex, and look at that, a 2-for-1 special. Coming out from the stun, they're going to be using him up. Then he tries to reposition. They try to get Arstyle out of the mix as he gets his hand to God out, and they'll quickly burst apart Dendi. Now another stun connection coming out with a boulder smash from No Fear. The roll, that's going to hit, and Arstyle will go down. Not even Moonlight Shadow is going to get him away.
Beautiful play, but meanwhile, Lifesteal is being brought down as well by the trio, and he got tracked before dying. But that was a very nice Yule Scepter onto Dragon Knight, perching the send home from Chen. So really great counterplay.
And now another Yule's. Silence again. No chance for General to leap away from this one. He's going to get silenced up. He's going to get stunned down. Epic trying to take his mana. Starfalls do come out, and it's hurting quite a bit here, but now they look for more. Digniora looking to get in the mix. The tracks are out in full force here. Can he get more? No, he can't. Too scary. That Exorcism does hit pretty damn hard. They will be able to get the Earth Spirit, though.
Don't burn him down.
Oh, vacuum back. Yoku mega kill streak for the Darkseer here. Welcome back to the off lane, my man. And Arrow will swing and miss.
Yeah, we have more people coming in here, so they don't want to pursue even more.
Good patience for Virtus.pro, where
really
normally this team would be very bloodthirsty.
Yeah, I mean, both of them are going at each other pretty aggressively, but they're not going full force. You can definitely tell. It's just kind of measuring each other here with fights. Man.
And there's the tome. They're going to hand it over, it looks like, to No Fear on this one. And he went with a different build. I was talking to Crit from the last series, who was very big about going with that early Blink Dagger, and he did mention it was because of that nerf to the boulder smash and the slow-moving rock. It might almost be better to blink in and just get the guaranteed stun.
Because the speed on that stun is so slow now, you can definitely juke it if you see it coming. You have to throw it in the Frog of War. That's the only way, really. And yeah, it's curious.
Yeah. He went with the Urn build up, and I mean, he has been hitting a lot of his boulder smashes
in a game with this many fights, you kind of have to have an Urn on someone.
For sure. Now they're looking to go into the pit, but Yoku's already in here now, and they're going to try to burst out this Huskar connection, but a huge monster vacuum will come out into a Magnetize. Thank you very much. Yoku now unstoppable. Dendi looks to step in, throws out the Breathe Fire, but they have already lost another. Double kill though for Dendi, as he is going to be able to get a response here, but No Fear. Able to get the rest of that Magnetize.
No vision on them.
And yeah, the Moonlight Shadow.
So it turns out to be a 3-for-3, but of course bigger kills going the way of VP as they bring down both the Huskar and the Dragon Knight. That Mirana though, when she leapt in, she got the double Starstorm on everybody in that team fight. She dealt a ton of damage.
Oh yeah. And that was NaVi trying to make their move for the Roche at this point.
Just hard when the Huskar gets locked like that in position. He just could not get out of it, and DK, of course, falling with him.
Do you think it might be required? I mean, you already have the benefit of the Chen to bring in the mech and the extra heal there. For Bounty Hunter, though, does he need to get something to assist the Huskar at those points? But
Chen is dead.
Yeah, he won't be there. Silence once again, and man, God, Aloha Dance hits hard.
We do have Sniff in the house, and he will shed one tear. For Chen death.
Oh, not going to be happy to see Chen go down so hard, but
no Arcana. Also dying.
Virtus.pro will take that tier 1 and walk back in a way here that much richer. And there's the Blink now.
Yep.
Or the Mirana, so.
It is the standard item progression now for any form of farming Mirana. Oh, he gets it.
Blink, Starstorm here.
That
hurts. The double bounce right there. And for Lifestealer, who's as farmed as that, that's good damage.
I mean, a 2.5k HP enemy lifestealer, and you just dealt a ton of damage to him, so... Of course, it would be a tall order to solo kill it as a Mirana, but just good around.
Now that will mean Lifesteer has now finished off his SMY build-up, even more combative than he was before here, so...
And that's very big, because the enemy have track movement speed coming in. That 20% movement speed, you have to make up something to make your Lifesteer go in. That's why I suggested a Blink, but Sanjasha is a great build to go as well. And smoke coming in here from FNG and crew.
And they're rolling
Arrow
towards
again.
his mid lane. Man, he has been on the mark. But they know the arrow came from this direction, so that means G just hustles his way up there. There's the Yules, there's the silence again. Another silence comes out from No Fear, and
G has done this 4 times already in this game, where he gets perfect timing silences. He's been practicing this to the point of perfection, and it's just cruel. What do you do?
Virtus.pro have been on a serious tear coming into this LAN final. I believe an 8-1 record with maybe 1 drop against Power Rangers, but ever since they made these role swaps, and I like how Drasko said it, they may not like these roles, but these are the roles they should be playing, and it really feels like it too when they have these kind of games.
Yeah, for sure. They play great on them. And, I mean, Aloha Dance is a great carry player. He really is. He played a ton in pubs, and when he played on support at first, I was so confused, but this makes a lot more sense as well.
I guess just many support players out there. Someone's got to do the job.
Yeah, someone. That's the normal European problem. Everyone is a good mid or carry player, but there's not enough supports.
So for NaVi now, it's looking like the game gets a bit harder as time goes on. What turns into plan B for him at this point? Or is it just, let's keep trying to, I don't want to say just throw bodies at Virtus.pro, but they do need to kind of keep up the objective gaming.
Well, they're at the point where only Lion is a really easy kill. The rest of them are all so hard to get.
Yep.
So relying on track kills is not going to be enough to take this game. I think they're just waiting to pick up big items right now. They need the BKBs to come online. That's what they're going for on both the Huskar and the DK right now. So I think they're trying to reset, slow down the game a little bit. And there's the BKB on Dragon Knights, but Huskar is still a way to go for it.
We'll see if the NaVi will be given the opportunity to farm that up as they continue to make their move down the bottom lane. Top lane, though, Virtus.pro may have been bringing in a serious amount of kills, but now they're going to get back on the objective path. They already took that tier 1 mid lane, and now they're going to be going for the top one here. So the rich will be going to get richer at this point. I mean, already it's Lifestealer, nearly 2.5k after just recently completing that SMY.
And it's so hard to have 2 strength cores playing up against an overfarmed Lifestealer. I mean, you don't feel very confident as a Huskar going in first into the fights if you know that this Lifestealer is just going to go for you straight away.
So
same for DK.
Lifestealer now make a move to something like an Abyssal Blade now that they're seeing so many BKBs potentially come out for NaVi.
I think he has the freedom to go for a ton of different items, actually. Like, what he wants to go for right now, it could be Abyssal, it could be Mjolnir even though they have a Huskar, it's still a great pickup here. And I don't know. I just don't like the part that Abyssal doesn't give you a ton of damage. And his item build, while it is really farmed, it's not a ton of damage behind it. So MKB or the Maelstrom, I think, could be a good next item.
Fair enough on that front. And also for G, an immaculate game so far.
He has played so well.
I want to see what he's building up at this point, though. Obviously, he already has the Yules, but I feel like he's at that point where he could start just tanking up a bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that he's been the focal point to be bursted down easy.
He's going from the Yules into the Octarine, which is really strong because you get lower cooldown for everything. It's just so much worth. And you increase the lifesteal from your Spirit Siphon. But I'm just more amazed that he made this recovery from having a really hard mid lane. Yeah. He was underfarmed against the Dragon Knights. He was 9 CS for 16. You know, like, he was in a bad spot. But the ganks have just been flawless from BP.
Once he picked up that Yules, he was like, I'm going for
I'm just going to initiate with my Yule Scepter every time.
Yeah.
We saw it, you know, get picked up, but... Yeah,
obviously a bit of a pause here as the players are encountering a bit of a team speak error, so they'll get that resolved and get back into the game. But now we're where we stand here. What would you say, percentage odds, NaVi being able to kind of get this game back their way? I mean, right now it's feeling 75-25 for Virtus.pro with the momentum they've already built up.
I think it's around there. It's like maybe 70-30 or so. for VP to take this, but at the same time, anything can really happen when you're in a bounty game. If you just one time overcommit and you throw away some kills that would already give a lot, then you have track kills on top of that.
That's true.
It can turn into an ugly game very quick, and you shouldn't underestimate the ability to just farm and split push from this Mirana as well. You know, you can definitely slow this game down if you're NaVi.
Yeah, they have great ways to kind of spam out lanes. Breathe Fire, you already mentioned the Star Storm to kind of make sure the pressure doesn't come their way. But once it does, I don't know, what do you think about Navi's high ground defense at that point? I don't know if it's anything too spectacular.
They don't have great high ground defense, they really don't. It's sort of Mirana walking close, but then, they're not going to defend this tower though, I believe. They're just trying to go for a trade, tier 2 for tier 2.
Yeah.
But as you say, when they do have the Death Prophet on them already, it's going to be hard.
We'll have another pause, just a bit of a teaser, so we try to get back underway as TeamSpeak will go. But while one side I feel like doesn't have great high ground defense, Virtus.pro have really good high ground defense. I mean, Darkseer, one of the best high ground defenders in the game, I'd make the argument for, and even Earth Spirit could definitely hold his own. So, NaVi already had the game plan that they want to kind of move forward with the game, obviously, because they're a team that should be peaking a bit sooner, you know, especially with the Huskar. So they may get these towers now, but I would be nervous for them when they try to breach.
I felt that Huskar pick is kind of risky though, because they kind of put themselves in this position feeling very confident, going Huskar into a Lifestealer pick. This is not a Lifestealer being picked to counter a Huskar, it was the other way around, with Huskar being a last pick, in fact.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's curious to me because I don't see them actually doing much if they fail the Chen rotations early on. They need to have like perfect arrows and ganks around it, and the arrows have been good, but he hasn't really been with the team when he lands them.
Yeah, that's true. It feels like the arrows have all been just General finding his own kills at those one moments right there, while Huskar has been trying to make up for the lack of the Chen ganks early on, the lack of the Bounty Hunter early on, just trying to farm his own game right now.
I mean, Chen definitely tried to gank mid a lot, but he couldn't really find anything there, and you can't really gank the Lifestealer lane. That's not something you can do, and Darkseer is also hard to shut down, so I understand his emphasis on the mid lane, but that was so easily countered by Earthspirit just standing there. Not even using a skill, he's just like, oh, you smoked and walked into me. Hey buddy. So, without that early momentum, we'll see what they can actually bring.
What do you think about how...
I think BKBs are going to be the big answer though. When they pop the 2 10-second BKBs, if they get the Huskar and the DK at the same time and take a fight around that, then Darkseer is useless no matter how strong he is. Lion is useless. Earthspirit is useless. Like, you just have to play around this. And bring down Death Prophet really early.
So they gotta make these BKBs count.
Yeah.
Almost like a do or die, would you say?
The first fight, yeah, I think so. If they take a bad fight when they just pick up their BKBs, they might just lose the game, straight up. But if they win that fight, that could also be a turning point. So it's very volatile how it goes. And I think the important part is, can they bring down Death Prophet during the time? And there are some ways for her to live. She has Eul Scepter, she's going for Doctorine, be really tanky. They can kick her away with the Earth Spirit if she gets really low. So there are some dispositions, and then of course Surge as well. So we'll see, but there's some chance, I guess.
Looking at big picture for this tournament now, we've already got we're witnessing now, we've seen all the teams kind of play a bit. We already saw OG No Diggity in the last series, and now we're watching the first bits of this one. Do you think already the styles are just very night and day between the two teams, or the two series?
These two teams are very similar, and we mentioned it before, NaVi and VP.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're very different from OG. OG have a very defined style that they have done. They have quite a big pool of heroes they can play in different strats, but it's still their own style, you know? They do the same thing with Moon quite often, where he goes jungle and farms up with Iron Talon. They have a way of playing safe. We had him interviewed on the stage, and he actually said that offlane is unplayable right now. Like, you're just feed if you go there, which is a dramatization, you know? It's too much to say, but... and then you have No Diggity, and they play very much around big cooldowns. They did change up for their games here, but it's not what they're known to do.
Yeah.
Everything we've seen them done, I've followed this team since it was created and watched a ton of their games, probably a majority of their games, and they always play the same style until now. So it's curious, but none of them are like VP or NaVi. VP or NaVi are aggressive.
Now what about how these teams would match up against like those teams? Like, would OG have more of a struggle against a team like NaVi/Virtus.pro over No Diggity, having to deal with that kind of rush down?
I think actually NaVi or VP have better chance against OG, and the fact that No Diggity took a game in that series, I think should make OG, you know, it's a little bit of a wake-up call to them. They should be winning that 2-0 with the level they're at.
Yeah.
So they definitely dropped it on draft as well. The second game draft was kind of weird. It's like Peel and Lycan, you know, I'm not sure if they underestimated them after their first game being really easy and just wanted to do something weird, or if they actually believed in that draft. If they believed in it, feels really strange to me.
And what about No Diggity, though? Do you think No Diggity be the kind of team that's going to be able to withstand
Against
the CIS style?
I actually think they could. Yeah, I mean, in the group stage, No Diggity did quite well. They actually, Vega plays quite similar as well, and they 2-0'd Vega. There was a 3-way tiebreaker between Vega, VP, and No Diggity. All of them had 8 wins and 6 losses in the group, and No Diggity were the ones to have better results there, so they were guaranteed through.
So what is it then that No Diggity are able to bring that poses trouble for like the CIS style? It, you know, maybe should be something that one of these two teams should inherit with their own ability?
They're just really good at making sure they have stronger 5-man fight always, and they're pretty good at not feeding all over the map, you know, like apart from maybe some Cinderella moments, but that's just, you know, he does that with love. But no, I seriously think No Diggity play very well around their opponents when they're on their A game. Like, I've seen games where they just dodge every single gank and just have really good reads, but...
And one of the other things I noticed, and could be a drawback for the style of these two teams, is sometimes they'll take a big fight or whatever, and they feel like they have great momentum, and they're starting to move. They're ready to take these big objectives, but then they forget about something like their positioning and stuff. Where OG are like we're honed and trained and disciplined. We want to make sure we stay spread to avoid those chronos, black holes, vacuum walls.
Yeah. OG got great coordination in the game against Naga Siren, Dark Seer, and Disruptor. They never gave a single chance for a big combo. Like, they gave maybe 2 heroes in the front. These are our tanky heroes. Here, go ahead. Use Naga ulti and everything on them if you want. We're gonna save them with the Sunray. And like Fly was probably, I called it after the first game that his positioning is so good. You can't really get to him. They had a Night Stalker to try and counter his Phoenix, but if you can't reach him, you know, he's always in such a good position.
That's a nice thing for a Phoenix, is your death rays from a different game. It's so long away, so you don't have to worry about being close. I mean, I don't know if that's something they look to incorporate with their drafts, is they have these long-range kind of heroes. I mean, even our Spirit, you know, to a sense, could just kind of work from huge distance away. So
and they're hard to bring down. Both of them have escape mechanisms. You know, Phoenix having multiple, actually, with the death ray could be used to fly over some cliffs as well. So they draft in a way that they're really hard to prey on. And that's why I think it's going to be OG's strength going up against NaVi and VP.
Yeah. See, but then, that's the thing is, but then when NaVi VP have to go against the No Diggity and they're approaching the high ground, I would hope for their sake they do put those kind of positioning, you know, tactics into their consideration. Don't want to be quickly team wiped, and the next thing you know, you got the No Diggity squad rushing the other side of the map and taking your base instead.
Yeah, it's curious. We hope these players, of course, get their TeamSpeak issues fixed. They have admins helping them out as well, so should be fixed rather quickly. At least it's not.
Ladder 10. This is obviously when he was still on Empire, but he was
when
like
he played
innovator.
Was that when he played Axe a lot? Yes. Yoko's Axe was monstrous.
He brought the Axe to like the forefront.
He definitely did. He played Magnus some games as well, and his Magnus Axe, Sand King, yes. And he is a monster of a player. And this was like when Yoku made his appearance in competitive Dota and made his mark. I was just like, how have I not known of this kid? He's so good. He just had perfect reads of where to be. So he's a very impressive player.
I mean, he's had great stuff going for him when he was in this carry position. He had some wonderful games. I've seen some tremendous, like, what was it, triple quad rapier games as Ember's Spirit looking to bring him back. But I don't know, something about the off lane, just it hits home. I mean, he's having already a hell of a Darkseer game. What's his kill score at right now? It's something crazy.
He's actually 6-2 and 10, so he's on top of that.
Darkseer.
Yeah, he's on top of that for everyone. And his wall.
This is just game number 1 of the series, And Virtus.pro are the wealthier team, you could say, at this point, while NaVi, just completing their BKBs, are going to be looking to push this one back. But the pressure's coming on them now from the north already. Virtus.pro just going right into the high ground.
Oh, the Invis are trying to sneak in, but I think they have been seen, and there's also a sentry ready for this.
Yep.
Just going to defend.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We'll see how Virtus.pro are going to be able to breach. I already was a bit skeptic about Navi's high ground defense here, but now we'll get to see it in
they
motion.
do have the double Satyr Tormentor, though. That's pretty good for high ground defending.
Yeah.
Just throwing those balls, 160 damage each.
These creeps are going to have a real hard time making their way into the base with, the Hadoukens flying out and the Starstorms coming out.
Yep.
Oh, wild
Even
arrow.
arrowing the creeps.
Yeah, it's everything. Look at that. Just boom, creeps are gone. Let's start again.
That's pretty hard to breach, actually. And they don't have Blink Dagger. They don't have some way to initiate, really. I mean, Lion has no Blink, the Lifesteal Object for his Unchasha. And he actually has a Crystallis, so could be going into Daedalus, but could also be going... Cheeky place. Could also be going into the upgraded Orchid in this game. If he wants to.
Whoa.
Oh!
Got him.
I like how it was aimed for Lifesteal, who jukes it, and then VP behind him jukes it as well. Hits the ball.
Okay, they pop the Exorcism. Virtus.pro make the call. Dendy gonna get 4-staff away from the danger. Aloha Jens turns his sights to the tower, and G will help him finish him off. Oh, arrow connected onto G. Right now, can they burst him down? The Stars doing a lot of work. Back he falls. They look to pull him back. G will self-fuels to avoid the trouble, but the Magnetize does come out now. They're gonna lose Digimon right off the bat. Can Dendy and the rest of Navi hold their base? It doesn't look like it here. It's gonna force out a buyback now from Artstyle.
Buyback Chen is not so scary.
Nice connection on for Yoku. Starstorm flies out, but the finger response does come through. Navi's still holding. They move through. Got him! Nice catch there from Soniko with the bouncing shuriken's going to secure him a double kill on this one. And it looks like Navi have just fended off Virtus.pro from the high ground. In fact, they smoke, they go forward. We're looking to chase. Turnaround comes out, and Aloha Dance will clean up that buyback, Chen.
Yeah, Lion is going to be sacrificed here. No way out for FNG. He's just going to buy up the Staff of Wizardry before dying here. So that's 4 heroes dying this side of VP. And the only buyback that was expended was Chen's.
Yep, and some track gold as well.
Yep, it is dangerous to die like this. For sure. They didn't get racks. They got the tower, which is okay, I guess. But this was your Aegis push. This is the one you have to make work.
Yeah.
And do not underestimate the gold that you can give away to a bounty hunter team. Never underestimate heat points. Lifesteal just gonna bother him by stalking a little bit. No way to really kill anything here. Oh, he tracked from the low ground. That kind of reveals there's a ward there.
Oh, you're right.
Just things you need to pay attention to. And that ward, he just freshly placed that as well, so risk of keyword.
We'll see if it's something that Virtus.pro do tend to here. So round 1, not looking so good for Virtus.pro on their push attempt, and that will breathe new life for Navi at this point.
They want to get Mirana down here. I wonder if he's going to go one more creep wave.
And
he does.
Got a lot of money.
Yeah, she does, but might get caught out. Oh, Yoku!
Go!
Doesn't find him, and the Yules was not in time either.
Oh,
it was nighttime. If it was daytime, he was definitely dead there.
Oh yeah. He makes it out though, and does Mirana opt for, with all that chunk of change she's holding? Is she going to do a damage item at this point? Oh, looks like she spent it.
She hasn't actually picked up anything yet. I think she needs to go for some damage and help out, dishing out. I think Maelstrom again for her could be a good item, but BKB. He really wants to centralize himself in the fights.
Yeah.
Rely on the Agnums for damage. This is gonna allow him to really get in on the back line.
Vacuum pullback, and Artstyle will be chomped on down.
It's just such a hard game for Chen.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him.
Now, hoping to make his mark at the early part of the game. Wasn't really able to be there, but now is just kind of your paramedic with the hand of God. And this courier.
Oh, going for a karate chop, but does not get it. Attack speed on Darkseer, not fast enough.
So cheeky, General.
Yeah.
He's using that blink so well, just hops in, gets off the Starstorm, and leaps away.
Yeah, doing it over and over. This tier 2 tower, though, should probably not be defendable for Navi. They just have to sit and watch as well. No one is split pushing. That's a little sad for them. VP probably gonna respect them, though, this time.
Yep, but Navi. Moonlight Shadow now.
It was seen, though, by their wards. Their aggressive wards called it out.
Yep.
And they're grouping up immediately. They're like, let's go together. Be ready for this.
Wait on the high ground with that sentry, and maybe they could catch Navi. That'd be nice.
It's a good read. And they infest again into Yoku. Last fight, he actually jumped out too early. When the Darkseer blinked in,
yeah,
Lifesteal already jumped out, so... Oh.
There they go again.
It is. That jump, that time he jumped out pretty nicely. So Nico will be going down.
Yeah. Nico is pinging out the ward that killed him. He's like, they saw me.
Support's obviously having a rough time here on NaVi as they beat up Virtus.pro quite a bit, but for the cores, they continue to split push, they continue to grind out the money.
I'm not loving the being still on brown boots on Mirana, but I suppose when you got this far, might as well save for the travel free upgrade. And full Daedalus on this lifesteal is gonna hurt so bad.
Yep.
Oh, good arrow though. He's in.
Daryl moves in. They got good burst. They'll top the extra stun. Is it gonna be enough?
They got
Yes,
it.
they will.
Oh, this fight, they got
Nice
scrambled.
arrow, NaVi. Can they make the most out of this right now? General leaps in, commits in, but he might have gone in a bit too hard, and he did. He goes down, sucked up and just decimated from the exorcism, but now they look for Dityaron. Dityaron trying to hold and fight, but again, he'll be dropped because Huskar just turns to paper, feels like each time. And Virtus.pro gave NaVi a chance, it looked like, but all of bait, I guess you could say, from Lifestealer, because the rest of Virtus.pro have all the ammunition they could need.
Yeah, Yoku and G just turned that fight around so fast that Mirana getting bursted down there with all the HP she has from her items. I did not think they could kill her that fast, and obviously neither did General. He gets brought down. There's not much to save him there. I mean, they have a 4-staff on the Bounty Hunter, but didn't have time to really get around to saving that poor Mirana.
And that fight just shows that Virtus.pro, it's not all in this Lifestealer. They have plenty of help behind them, and NaVi should not be getting ahead of themselves even if they get that one mighty core down.
Yeah.
Plenty of insurance policy behind the rest of the team.
This is actually a really even game now. That buyback though really hurts the side of NaVi. Being set back on money on this Mirana, you need her to get to a point where she deals enough right-click damage to bring down people quickly. You saw the Lion just casually walk away from her when she leaped in. She tried to kill him, but you know, with the Arcane or the Guardian Greaves being popped, the Lion walked away safely. Oh, so Neko.
Yeah, he
has to be careful. He's gonna be scouted by the wards, but no one is close enough.
Want to get in deep and plant down that high ground Roche ward. Scout out the camps, and if Virtus.pro are going to be making a move towards the pit when the Roche does come back up. G had recently picked up his Shivas now, and that is really nice when you're going against this Huskar.
Oh, they're wrapping around here as well with the smoke on NaVi. NaVi could be caught out.
Both sides on Virtus.pro here. NaVi head down the middle. Ooh, it could be surprisingly flanked. Moonlight Shadow going to be stacked on top of it here. Virtus.pro. Oh, wonderful positioning. They smoked themselves. It gets popped. They're in a great position. They look to move in. Oh, nice quick force. No Sumika trying to get out of position as well. They move and fence. The arrow's already going to be out. They get the quick kill on FNG, and now Cade brings down. Vacuum right to the wall. They jump in, magnetize, and it could be bad here for NaVi. They look to reposition and step back away as General gets up the Star Wars, but man, yeah, G just survives and sustains. He'll be good. You're the final survivor for NaVi. He's going to get swarmed here in a moment, and he's just a man on the run, a fugitive.
Yeah, he's not going home. In a body bag, maybe, but
go! He's going for the fountain. Get the hell out of there. He's got to find a home to TP through. Space created. And well, he eventually will be caught. I mean, taken down.
He bought his team a good 20 seconds with that running straight back into enemy base. He forced them to move to the worst position for them when all his team is dead. But that was such a clean fight for VP. They lost the Lion, and then all the focus was on the DP. But between her ulti being out, killing everything, and her Spirit Siphon life-stealing, they could not bring her down.
So much sustain and survivability on Virtus.pro overall. Not even just outside the DP. You already mentioned before the benefit of having the Greaves. It's just, they are a tough cookie to crack, and NaVi are certainly experienced that now. They lose all 5, an extra 3k gold swing for Virtus.pro, and they're already back the other way. Looking to make their approach now. They go back to where they started on this top lane now, where the Raxes are already exposed and Aloha Dance just goes to work.
Yeah, I mean, that Rax is going to fall. I don't think they have it in them to save this one. Exorcism is up in 15 seconds, but they get it without. And they might just go mid straight after. Or Roshan.
Yeah, Roche is probably up at this point. Virtus.pro will probably make their way over there. Do NaVi have any say in the matter? I mean, I don't know.
I think not. Not after these fights. And it's really just a smart pick, Death Prophet. Even though she got nerfed, you know, there are some nice things around it. Yes, the int boosting your spell damage. She has 9.7 increase on the spell damage.
Yep.
Which is really good for Spirit Siphon. But it's more the fact that people draft such tanky heroes. There are 2 armlets on the enemy side. Well, that is pretty nice to have 5.5% of their max HP as damage. Just such a smart draft here by VP.
NaVi gonna try to do something about it though, Waga. They smoke up, they're heading that way, but the Exorcism's already out. The Roche is pretty much
Roche
dead.
is dead.
Throw an arrow and get the hell out of there. Nope, NaVi have already committed. They go in, the jump's coming out. Virtus.pro can be going for nearly the final blow in this game. As they dive in, DREAMLEAGUE just easily focus fire down.
Too much damage on the life there.
It's just a stampede of Virtus.pro. Get the hell over here. They just suck art style up to the high ground. Easily make work of them. Now FNG looks to catch out the rest here. As they hide under the Moonlight Shadow, they look to hustle away.
Yeah, they gotta kill an FNG at least. An arrow attempt, not gonna connect though. Nice juke of the arrow.
And now Virtus.pro, here they come.
Yeah, they're moving with evil intentions and still have Aegis on this lifesteal. There's not many ways to stop this. 20-second cooldown on Exorcism, but there's also 20 seconds till lifesteal, or Husk and Chen are back.
They'll just try their damnedest, spamming out the tracks, trying to just nuke them with anything they can, but there's not much to stop Virtus.pro at this point in the game. Nice split with the arrow right there, and this is the motion. They get the melee Rex, they get the hell out.
Yeah, and they might stick around. G, happy to fight here if he could, but they should back as they don't have Lion. Lion actually plays a very important position in just disabling the enemy. Holding them still so lifesteal can go to town. Good arrow, but nothing really to do with it.
Surprising patience from Virtus.pro, not the kind of team I would suspect to just take the 1 Rax and walk away, not once, but twice.
We're in the playoffs, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, that's just a sign when even the CIS teams are playing with respect here, not going for the range Rax as well. Still though, they're still bringing, you know, 36 kills in 38 minutes on the side of VP.
Oh yeah.
It's intense.
MVP will look to re-evaluate here. They're bringing in some extra items now. A more tanky Death Prophet's going to be in order as the Reaver's already online. The Heart's soon to come.
Oh god.
They have the extra now assistance as their No Fear Earth Spirit got his 4 staff. So
and they have 5k gold on the lifesteal, who just picked up a Basher possibly, or what did he pick up?
It looks like a lot of paper. Too sure.
Actually pick up.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, it's in his base. It was actually on the ground.
Oh, it is a Basher. It's a Basher.
No, it's not. He's going MKB.
Oh, sorry. I saw the 2 javelins and I only thought about
he
the
picked up one at a time.
Yes,
so Daedalus and MKB coming up soon.
Ouch.
In 250 gold. That's gonna be fun.
Not for NaVi.
Not if you're not if you're Huskar, because that solo quest from Bounty Hunter is not gonna save you anymore.
That is tough, leaving NaVi now with very few outs. Mirana did pick up a Diffusal now, so purge off some Magnetizes, some Hexes, and
some Silences. Yeah.
Silences. She may have to
She
fire
can purge off the Yules as well. So when the DP Yules herself to try and survive, she can bring him down. But
she'll probably use all of these charges in one fight.
Probably. I mean, you gotta all in, win 1 fight with this Diffusal, upgrade, win 1 more fight.
And even that lens for FNG, but here comes Virtus.pro. They've already taken a melee Rex, 2 other lanes. Aloha Dance already inside. He's got that Aegis. He can be the one to siege out in the front while the low ground is being done from G with the help of the Exorcism. That will be a tower down. He's going again, right for the range Rex here, or melee Rex rather. Dendy will get the stun on G. There's going to be the 4 save. They look to burst down Aloha Dance in his first slide. Can they get him down here? They're trying their damnedest. Jump back to General after he already makes the commitment in, rolling boulder on forward. Wall going to be committed now from Yoku, and the Magnetize will be coming out from the side of No Fear. First for DREAMLEAGUE, as the finger will fly, and they'll get it with the help of the Spirit Siphon there. Exorcism continues to do work, and of course, the mighty Dandy now a man forced on the run. I'm sure the towel to be thrown in any moment from NaVi, and there it will be. Virtus.pro will take game number 1 of this best of 3 CIS battle.
No mercy coming out from VP. Great play from them. All after the 50-minute mark or so, they just took control. Every single gank by NaVi was well countered. The early game was well played as well by VP, just positioning.
Yep.
Understanding what they needed to do and when. And NaVi on the ropes here. If they lose 1 more, they go down in the lower bracket, of course.
Yeah, to face up potentially against No Diggity. So we have to take it back. If we look at the draft here, I don't want to say, oh, do you throw it on the draft? But we were a bit skeptic about that Huskar pick. You made the call that they could still go for a core, but maybe not the core we had imagined.
Hey man, 295, it's not the pick. It doesn't work. It was desperate. It was something, but it doesn't work well against a lifestealer because he works based off your max HP, and DP also works based off your max HP. You're just playing into the enemy's draft here. So yeah, I don't think that was the pick. I would love to see something that was more able to chase early on with a bounty, something more mobile. You know, maybe a queen. You already have DK for late game. I don't know. Could see something else.
We'll have to see what that something else will be from NaVi, but Virtus.pro now with 1 game up. Fantastic start for them. We'll have to see what our panel thinks, but first we're going to cut to a mini ad break. Then when we return, we're going to get into game number 2 in the panel.